Prince William just pulled the most savage royal power move since Henry VIII invented divorce. We're talking about literally deleting Prince Andrew from the history books. And trust me, this is more brutal than any episode of The Crown. I'm talking 640 years of royal tradition about to get the royal boot. And honestly, I'm here for it. Welcome back to Royal Cookies, where we serve up the juiciest royal gossip with a side of heart-wrenching humanity. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. I'm your host, and today we're diving into William's absolutely ruthless plan to give Uncle Andrew the ultimate royal middle finger. Because apparently, being stripped of titles, kicked out of working royal duties, and becoming a social pariah wasn't quite humiliating enough. Now, before we get into William's masterstroke of royal revenge, let's quickly recap how we got here. Because this tea has been brewing since 2019, and it's about to boil over. So here's the deal. Prince Andrew went from being the Queen's favorite son to persona non grata faster than you can say Jeffrey Epstein. The man who once was second in line to the throne is now basically the royal equivalent of that relative you pretend doesn't exist at family gatherings. Since his car crash Newsnight interview, and honestly, calling it a car crash is insulting to actual car crashes, Andrew's been living in royal exile. He lost his military titles, his royal patronages, and his taxpayer-funded security detail. Basically everything except his Duke of York title, which has been clinging to him like a bad smell. And just when you thought things couldn't get worse for poor old Andy, a new bombshell book entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York is about to drop this week. The early extracts? Let's just say they make his Pizza Express alibi look positively believable by comparison. But here's where it gets absolutely delicious, because William isn't just content letting his uncle fade into obscurity. Oh no, he's going for the nuclear option. According to sources, and when I say sources, I mean the kind of well-connected courtiers who know where all the royal bodies are buried, William is planning to completely abolish the Duke of York title when he becomes king. Not suspend it, not put it on ice, but delete it from existence like a bad tweet. Think about this for a second. The Duke of York title has survived the Wars of the Roses, 2 World Wars, and even the Spice Girls. It's been around for 640 years. That's older than Shakespeare, older than tea time, older than the British obsession with queuing. And William's about to murder it deader than disco. This isn't just removing Andrew from the title. This is erasing the title entirely. It's like taking a red pen to 640 years of royal history and going nope. Not today. Andrew ruined it for everyone. The genius part? This move would be irreversible. Once William scraps it, that's it. Game over, title terminated. Andrew officially becomes the man who killed a medieval institution. Talk about a legacy. Plot twist alert. By nuking the Duke of York title, William is essentially throwing his own son Prince Louis under the royal bus. Traditionally, the Duke of York title goes to the monarch's second son, which would have been little Louis once William becomes king. So now William needs to find Louis a new title, because you can't just leave a royal prince hanging without proper credentials. It's like showing up to a black tie event in flip-flops. Technically possible, but definitely not the vibe. One option floating around is resurrecting the Duke of Albany title, which sounds lovely until you realize it was last held by a Nazi sympathizer. Because nothing says fresh start like recycling a title with Third Reich connections. The royal family really knows how to pick their battles, don't they? But seriously, imagine being Louis and finding out your uncle was so spectacularly awful that Dad had to invent you a whole new title. That's going to be one awkward history lesson. Well, son, you were supposed to be Duke of York, but Uncle Andrew happened. Remember King Edward VIII, the one who abdicated to marry Wallis Simpson? After he stepped down, he became the Duke of Windsor. And guess what? That title died with him. Nobody's been Duke of Windsor since, and William's basically saying, yeah, let's do that again, but with more spite. The royal sources are calling this William's way of letting the title die, which is possibly the most British way of saying we're burying this so deep it'll need its own archaeological expedition. And here's the really brutal part. This isn't just about Andrew. This is William sending a crystal-clear message about what his monarchy is going to look like. No second chances, no rehabilitation tours. No, but family is family nonsense. You mess with the crown, you get erased. Full stop. It's like William looked at centuries of royal tradition and said, you know what? Some things are more important than history. And honestly, in this case, he might have a point. Because what's the value of preserving a title when its most recent holder turned it into a punchline? This move screams modern monarchy in a way that would make his grandmother both proud and slightly terrified. William's basically saying, we're not preserving tradition for tradition's sake anymore. If something becomes toxic to the crown, it gets cut. No sentiment, no, but we've always done it this way. Just cold, calculated royal pragmatism. And can we talk about the timing? Andrew's got this devastating book coming out. Public opinion is already in the gutter, and King Charles is still being relatively soft on his little brother. Meanwhile, William's over here planning the ultimate checkmate for when it's his turn on the throne. It's like watching someone play 4D chess while everyone else is playing checkers. William knows that by the time he's king, the public will be absolutely ready for this kind of decisive action. He's not just cleaning house, he's renovating the entire foundation. The man is literally rewriting the rules of what it means to be royal in the 21st century. And honestly, about bloody time. This isn't just William being petty, though let's be honest, there's definitely an element of that, and we're absolutely here for it. If you're obsessed with royal strategy and environmental impact like I am, make sure you're subscribed to Royal Cookies because we're serving up the most sustainable royal content on YouTube. And remember, in a world full of fast fashion and royal scandals, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is wear your values on your sleeve, preferably in a gorgeous shade of green.